We also went over, sorry.
It's all going to be edited.
Awesome. Body crossers was an intro rope dart class that involved the theory of the center line. We started by talking about being connected to the ground as often as possible. When you straighten out your joints, you lose that connection and you're more likely to hurt yourself. It's important to keep the knees bent, but to a point. You don't want the knee line, draw a line from the front of your knee down to your foot. You don't want it passing over those toes because you're stressing the knee out when you do that and you're losing your balance from your hips. At the same time, if your legs are straight, you have no ability to bounce, you have less of an ability to walk. So this little tiny bend here, very important all the time. Center line moves from the top of the head, down the center, through the groin, and connects to the ground lightly. Always present, always thinking about that. So we went over ways to cross that center line. And one of them, to begin with, was the elbow. So you take your guide hand with a downswing, which means that the dart is moving down in my vision. Come over here again with a downswing. So now your guide side is on your guide hand is on your anchor side, and all you do is take that guide elbow and insert it into the turn, into the wheel. You don't need to work hard for this. The dart's going to do it for you. At the point that the dart comes parallel with your hand, when you feel the pressure there is when you're going to pull it back down. The hips have a lot to do with the body crossers. You're going to start with the hips squared forward. As you turn in for that elbow, the hips turn with you and point this way. Square them back out as you come over. Next body crosser we went over was wrists. Very similar concept, however, whereas here we're only half wrapped. They don't continue around the hand, or around the elbow. You come underneath the wrist on your guide side and keep that wrist static until you're under it. And you roll the rope over the wrist, swing it over the wrist, and when you feel it make contact with this side, you pull over. That's going to reverse the direction of the dart because you've put pressure on the rope, like so. This is also a great opportunity to slacken up. If you're way out, you can come over that wrist, and as you come over, you've got this extra bit of rope that you can then, as you come off, grab with the anchor hand. So watch my hand, I'll try and do it really slowly. I'm gonna come over, and I can grab that slack here. As I come back over, I'm a little closer. And if I can then go ahead, pull out what's hanging, do it again, I can grab that slack here. Now look how tight I am. When you've shot really long, this is a really fun and fast way to continuously move into slacking back up. The final body turn or body crosser that we went over was the leg turn. And I was really trying to get people, Adrian Coyne went over a lot of this as well, and I was really trying to get people to add a little more flair to it as he was able to give them the basics and get them going with it. So whereas Adrian's leg turns come out really low, which is a fantastic way to learn the move, once you've learned it, it's really fun to be able to bring that leg up high, like so. Here, you're not making contact between the dart and the leg. The hand is still weaving, you're just weaving lower, and you're tracing the whole motion with the leg underneath the knee pit, as we've been calling it, like this. And from the side, you're gonna end up with your legs crossed a lot of times. It's okay then to do a stealing step, meaning push through, turn, now you're in the other direction. Last thing that we went over was a reverse body crosser, reverse leg turn. So, and now you're swinging an upswing, which means the dart is moving up in your vision. You take this back leg, you move it into the circle, very similar to the way you move the elbow in. The dart does all the work for you. You really don't have to push hard. Just swing in and back. You can use these together to walk forward and backwards. Adrian also went over this in his class. So I can come forward this way, and then I can come back again, like so. That was body crossers.